Good morning. Today is Friday, September 24th. It's a gear day and it's a white day. A reminder that today's Walk for Hunger and Fall Festival have been postponed until next Friday. We will follow the normal Friday schedule today with advisory after B block. Jenks Studio will be here next week to take individual photos of all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. All underclassmen must have their photo taken for the yearbook, regardless of whether you plan to order photos from Jenks or not. Seniors, if you have not had your senior photo taken, please feel free to have Jenks take your photo for the yearbook as well. Extra order forms can be picked up in the headmaster's office, at the main office, or in the Campus Life office. Attention international students. Any student wanting to take the October 9th TOEFL, the registration deadline is today. Email Mrs. McCaffrey at mmccaffrey@stjlabs.com to register or with any questions. The senior class is hosting the first school dance of the year tomorrow night on Stowe Green from 7 to 10 p.m. Admission is $3 per student or $5 per couple. Don't forget your school ID card if you have one. There will be prizes, a few fun surprises, and music from one of the best DJs in town. No entry after 9 p.m., and you will not be allowed re-entry once you leave. Masks are strongly encouraged. Grab your date, grab your friends, and join the senior class for a night of good music and dancing. Remember, folks, this event is for Academy students only. Let's glow together. The following colleges will be on campus on Monday, September 27th. Roger Williams University, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Daytona Beach, and University of New Hampshire. To sign up for their visits, log on to your Naviance account. Last call to join the St. Johnsbury Academy team for the Northeast Kingdom Walk to End Alzheimer's, being held this Sunday, September 26th at 9:30 a.m., beginning at the St. Johnsbury Welcome Center. Pick up a registration form in guidance. Happy birthday to Noah Schwanier. Happy birthday tomorrow to Madison Wilson, Sierra Cutter, Joel Klein, Natalie Esposito, Haley Holbrook, and Lily Cahoon, and on Sunday to Courtney Lewis and Emily Young. A special happy birthday on Saturday to Felicia Sylvester from her advisory. Happy birthday. In upcoming sports, today we have varsity field hockey at Milton at 4:30 and JV field hockey at Essex at 4:30. We have varsity and JV girls soccer at BFA St. Albans at 4:30, JV and varsity volleyball versus MMU at 4:30 and 6, and varsity football and cheerleading at Rutland at 7. And tomorrow, we have girls cross country at Stowe at 7, JVB boys soccer at MMU at 11, boys cross country at Manchester Invitational at 12, and varsity and JVA boys soccer versus Burlington at 11. Good luck and have a dandy day.
Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Happy Friday. I have a special treat before I read you a poem, which I know you're excited to hear. I have a treat for you. I'd like to invite Forster Goodrich, Will, and Maddie Herbert to the stage to do a special promo for the senior dance.
Right, good morning. So, because tomorrow night is the first dance of the school year and the first dance in a little over a year, Forster, Will, and I thought it would be a great idea to teach you some moves so you're all ready for the dance tomorrow. So first, we're going to start off with the lawnmower.
Goes a little something like this.
This is guaranteed to get you a date. Next up, we have the chicken dance, and it goes a little something like this. Yeah. So next, and my personal favorite, we have I accidentally threw away my fork in the trash can dance.
Hey, yo, I think it's over here. Yo, you find it? Can you find it, Will? Oh, I think it's right there. Yeah!
Okay, next we have the Monster Mash, but we're going to skip this one because we don't want to spoil any highlights for the Halloween dance, and nobody really knows how to do this one, but they just kind of tell you to do the Monster Mash. And finally, we have the male Birds of Paradise courtship dance as seen on BBC's Planet Earth. So, thank you, Will and Forster, for your amazing dance moves. So don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 to 10 p.m. on Stowe Green, be ready for the dance, to have fun, and finally know what those surprises are, because I honestly have no idea what they are. Cost is $3 per person and $5 per couple. Masks are strongly encouraged but no longer required. So have a good day, and we hope to see you all tomorrow night.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope you're all clapping for the Bird of Paradise dance. Thank you, guys. I don't think there's any poem that can really follow that up adequately. Thank you, guys. But I would like to leave you on Friday with one of my favorite poems by the poet Elizabeth Bishop. We've been thinking a lot about work and the value of work among teachers. This poem by Elizabeth Bishop is written about a place in Maine. It's called At the Fish Houses. So if you all know the Maine coast, you'll see those fish houses that are almost that silver gray color. And this poem is a kind of elemental, it's about an elemental workplace, this fish house. It's on the edge of a bay. It's about a friend of the poet's grandfather, so it's a familiar place. In this poem, work is what we do to be who we are, and the fisherman's work is to catch fish in well-woven nets, and the poet's work is to capture language in well-woven truths in well-woven language. So the world and how we understand and experience it is the poet's province. So I think there's only one word, I might be wrong, but I think there's only one word here that you might not know, and it's the word capstan. And it is, that is a sort of large circular winch that you'll see on a boat or in any place where things need to be hauled up. It's like a pulley on the ground. So it's kind of a big old winch on the ground. So this is At the Fish Houses by Elizabeth Bishop. Although it is a cold evening down by one of the fish houses, an old man sits netting his net. In the gloaming, almost invisible, a dark purple-brown, and his shuttle worn and polished. The air smells so strong of codfish it makes one's nose run and one's eyes water. The 5 fish houses have steeply peaked roofs and narrow, cleated gangplanks slant up to storerooms in the gables, for the wheelbarrows to be pushed up and down on. All is silver, the heavy surface of the sea, swelling slowly as if considering spilling over, is opaque. But the silver of the benches, the lobster pots, and masts, scattered among the wild, jagged rocks, is of an apparent translucence. That's light comes through, translucence. Like the small old buildings with an emerald moss growing on their shoreward walls. The big fish tubs are completely lined with layers of beautiful herring scales, and the wheelbarrows are similarly plastered with creamy iridescent coats of mail, with small iridescent flies crawling on them. Up on the little slope behind the houses, set in the sparse, bright sprinkle of grass, is an ancient wooden capstan, cracked with 2 long bleached handles and some melancholy stains, like dried blood, where the ironwork has rusted. The old man accepts a lucky strike. That's a cigarette. He was a friend of my grandfather. We talk of the decline in the population and of codfish and herring while he waits for a herring boat to come in. There are sequins, fish scales, on his vest and on his thumb. He has scraped the scales, the principal beauty, from unnumbered fish with that black old knife, the blade of which is almost worn away. Down at the water's edge, at the place where they haul up the boats up the long ramp descending into the water, thin silver tree trunks are laid horizontally across the gray stones, down and down at intervals of 4 or 5 feet. Cold, dark, deep, and absolutely clear, element bearable to no mortal, to fish and to seals. One seal, particularly I've seen here evening after evening, he was curious about me. He was interested in music, like me, a believer in total immersion. So I used to sing him Baptist hymns. I also sang "A Mighty Fortress is Our God." He stood up in the water and regarded me steadily, moving his head a little. Then he would disappear, then suddenly emerge almost in the same spot, with a sort of shrug, as if it were against his better judgment. Cold, dark, deep, and absolutely clear, the clear, gray, icy water. Back behind us, the dignified tall firs begin, bluish, associating with their shadows. A million Christmas trees stand waiting for Christmas. The water seems suspended above the rounded gray and blue-gray stones. I've seen it over and over, the same sea, the same, slightly, indifferently swinging above the stones, icily free above the stones, and then the world. If you should dip your hand in, your wrist would ache immediately. Your bones would begin to ache, and your hand would burn as if the water were a transmutation of fire that feeds on stones and burns with a dark gray flame. If you tasted it, it would at first taste bitter, then briny, then surely burn your tongue. It's like what we imagine knowledge to be: dark, salt, clear, moving, utterly free, drawn from the cold, hard mouth of the world, derived from the rocky breasts forever, flowing and drawn. And since our knowledge is historical, flowing and flown. Thanks, everyone. I hope you had a good week. Walk for Alzheimer's this weekend if you can. Register at the guidance office. And I will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.